welcome to a brand new edition of Switch, the only technology show this side of the equator that's as fresh as freshly grounded Arabica and Robusta coffee beans.
The only technology show worth watching if you ask me. And Ankit, what a week it's been. Last week I wasn't there, but the S4 launch.
Samsung is overtaking Ekta Kapoor as the cheesiest brand / person / anybody with grey cells in the country this year.
Because of that, we have no cheese on this table because Samsung has contributed too much to the cheese quotient.
And last but definitely not the least, it looks like Nokia's got its mojo back. All this and more coming up this week on Switch.
Nokia Lumia 520, is this the best entry-level smartphone in the country?
If you happen to buy a brand new Windows Phone 8 device or a brand new Lumia, we'll give you the list of must-download Windows Phone 8 apps.
And what do you do if you run out of battery? A problem that Ankit never has. So, okay, Ankit, Nokia Lumia 520, a pretty crucial launch for Nokia.
Absolutely.
Because, budget smartphone, this is a market that they've traditionally been strong in, especially in emerging markets.
Even now, as we speak, 26% of the sub 10,000 rupee phone market is completely dominated by Nokia.
I think emerging markets like
Absolutely.
India, I think it's an important, very critical launch for Nokia. They've got to get it right. We think they've got it right. But before that, we're going to get you into the history of Nokia. Now, this.
We love this. Jumping onto the time machine. Fredrik Idestam sets up a paper mill called Nokia Company in Finland. 1898. Nokia gets into rubber business. Their rubber boots become a bona fide design classic. 1963. Nokia forays into telecommunications and starts developing radio telephones for the army. 1984. Nokia launches its first mobile phone, Mobira Talkman. 1992. Here comes GSM 1011, which could save up to 99 contacts. 1999. Nokia's 8110 becomes famous for being used in the film Matrix. 2005. The company introduces multimedia smartphones N70, N90 and N91 with video edit and video call options. 2008 was the era of express music. Here comes 5800 with a touchscreen. 2010, Nokia launched the N8 with a 12 megapixel camera. 2011, first look of the Windows Phone handsets. Say hello to the bright new Lumias. 2012 sees the launch of the Nokia 808 PureView with a whopping 41 megapixel PureView camera. 2013, Nokia launches Windows Phone 8 Lumia series 920, 820, 720, 620 and 520.
Okay, so the Nokia Lumia 520, like we were discussing before we got into the history of the company, is probably one of the best entry-level smartphones in the market. And like over the years, Ankit, what we've come to expect from Nokia is a certain level of Nokia-ness.
Absolutely, you nailed it.
You know the stamp of Nokia. So whatever happens, even if it's a budget smartphone, you know they're not going to compromise on design.
On build quality?
Yeah, they're not going to compromise on engineering, even when it comes to a budget version. So let's quickly get into the tech specs and then we'll discuss this more in detail.
Absolutely. Lumia 520 is the most economical of the 5 Pandavas that Nokia has stacked up in its Lumia army. It's also the most ambitious smartphone by the company in the sub 10,000 rupees segment. Lumia 520 looks modern and fresh thanks to soft matte finish for the entire chassis. The curved back fits snugly in your hand and all the buttons line up with your fingers. The back cover is interchangeable and comes in vibrant colors that we've come to expect from the Lumia gene pool. Lumia 520 sports a larger 4-inch IPS display, and that, coupled with the superb design, makes it the best looking sub 10K handset in the market. The display is bright and viewing angles are good, but the colors aren't very vivid or punchy. Lumia 520 is powered by the same Qualcomm MSM 8227 SoC used in the Lumia 620. that consists of two dual-core Crate CPUs running at 1 GHz along with the newer Adreno 305 GPU. The headphone sound quality on 520 is loud, bassy and clear despite the lack of Dolby headphone enhancement. Nokia definitely knows how much we Indians love blasting tunes on our speakers, and the Lumia 520 handles our demands for high decibels quite well. Nokia is also throwing in some exclusive offers with the Lumia 520, such as the ability to stream unlimited movies from Big Flicks for the first 3 months for free. The Lumia 520 comes with 3G capabilities, Wi-Fi, dual band, Edge and GPS with GLONASS for Nokia Drive. The 5-megapixel autofocus camera is easily the best in its class for outdoor and daytime shots. The clarity of the images and the details captured really blew us away. The 520 is also very good when it comes to macro shots, giving you ample depth of field. You also get to use the special lens for the camera that enables panorama mode, the ability to erase objects from the image and lots more. The lack of flash means you'll be struggling to get good pictures in low light though. Video recording is also not too bad, and the phone manages a steady frame rate at 720p resolution. The 1430 mAh battery may seem awfully small, but rest assured the battery life is actually good, lasting you 8 to 10 hours of moderate use. Hats off to Nokia Lumia 520 for setting a brand new design and build quality benchmark in the sub 10,000 rupee category. Now, the MRP of the phone is about 10,500, but if you go out in the market, you'll get it for 9.5, 9.6, and for that, this phone offers incredible bang for the buck. In fact, I'm more excited about the 520 than the HTC Ones or the Xperia Zs or the Galaxy S4s because this really moves numbers.
It is like a very critical launch for Nokia because, you know, traditionally it's been rather strong in the budget category. I mean, it's taken a beating in the smartphone category.
Over the last 5 years, yes.
Yeah, but traditionally they have been strong in this category, and this is a category where you have, you know, the cheaper Android handsets.
True.
Which are
the
doing
Indian
the rounds.
manufacturers, Micromax, Carbon Lava, they're putting in your 5-inch devices over there.
Absolutely, which are doing the rounds. So therefore, this launch is extremely critical, and like we said, at its heart, it's a Nokia phone.
So Nokia Lumia 520, fantastic hardware, great software features, something that we've come to expect from the Lumia lineage over here. Nokia Music, Nokia Maps, and the beautiful integration that Nokia has made with Windows Phone 8. Applications used to be a huge Achilles heel for Windows Phone 8 marketplace, but that has drastically improved.
Look at this phone as an upgrade. I think it works for me. I'm fine with the front-facing camera not being there because obviously when I'm going in for an entry-level smartphone, I'm obviously upgrading either from a cheaper Android handset or this is my first smartphone ever.
You know, we're going to cut a long story short. Nokia Lumia 520 has a few quirks. Doesn't have flash, doesn't have a front-facing camera. But in spite of those quirks, because it's quirky, we love it even more. Nokia Lumia 520 is probably one of the best sub 10K smartphone out there in the Indian market today.
So if you're looking at making a debut in the smartphone market, this is a phone that we would recommend you go for. Time for a break. After that, we're going to tell you what are the top apps which are available for Windows.
Welcome back. You're watching Switch with Naomi and Ankit, and one thing that Samsung does really well is launch a phone. Okay, it launches the phone and they go to market with the phone. Okay, on Friday last week the S4 launched. On Saturday, 12 o'clock onwards, people started buying the Galaxy S4. HTC One, on the contrary, announced the phone. It's been 3 weeks or something, and you still don't have a device in the market. HTC learned something from your Korean cousin.
Really?
But one thing that Samsung also does is act really, really cheesy. Why? After that beautiful Kingdom of Dreams launch, why would Samsung
do this atrocious launch with Ranveer Singh dancing to Gangnam Style with lyrics about Isme do camera hai.
You know, I was thinking those lyrics, my 5-year-old nephew could have probably done a better job than that. And you know, honestly, I was in a state of trauma. I was to put it mildly, I was traumatized by that video. What were they thinking? Really,
what are we talking about? Check this out.
Samsung style. Samsung style. Samsung style. Samsung style. Samsung style. Samsung style. If you like the S3, then this phone is even better. It has an HD screen and is just a lot slimmer. 441 ppi is not just a number. Look at this clarity, it's brighter. Awesome videos and photos with 13 megapixel camera. आगे भी कैमरा, पीछे भी कैमरा, dual shot, drama shot, cinema sound, geo tagging and whatnot. S for Samsung style.
Dude, Ranveer, you're cool and all, bro, but don't do this. Seriously, you can do so much better. You've got Lutera coming up. You've got a couple of awesome Gunde films coming up. Don't do this, man. It's uncool.
This S4 style and life companions.
Stop it.
Stop now.
You've got a good phone. Just stick to the plan. Okay? And we're going to stick to the plan. We promised you brand new Windows Phone 8 apps that you must download on your brand new Lumia or any other Windows Phone 8 running device. Here they are.
With over 1 million downloads in just 219 days, Lomogram seems to have caught every Windows 8 user's eye. Easily the best Windows 8 photo editing app, Lomogram has one of the cleanest user interfaces you must have seen in a long, long time. It's a simple and user-friendly app. In the upper right corner of the edit page, you have two control buttons, one to apply a vignette filter and the other to go to the share options. Additionally, from the three-dot menu on the edit page, you can access save and share options as well. The edit page has a thumbnail image and your options spread across the bottom. That includes tools to crop the image, apply an effect, add light filters, and add a border. Nicely laid out, it offers over 40 filters, tons of borders, and light effects that can be applied to your photos. You can even crop, rotate, or play with brightness, exposure, and saturation tools. Lomogram is a free app on Windows 8, and you can share your edited photos via Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, and Tumblr. In direct competition with Instagram, Lomogram does not disappoint you in any way. It's a simple but brilliant option for those wanting to add a little zip to their photos and share them with your friends and family. The Windows Phone 8 storefront may lack a big-name newsreader such as Flipboard. But what the OS does have is Weave Newsreader. Yes, you heard us right. Your favorite newsreader from Windows Phone 7 is now bringing premier reading experience to Windows 8 as well. For those who have missed this one, Weave in a nutshell is all the news you want put together in one app. It offers an engaging yet not busy magazine-style layout which makes surfing through news articles a breeze. Weave offers a huge set of built-in news sources grouped by categories such as technology, world events, gaming, etc. It also lets you choose which news outlets or blogs to follow if you can't spot it within the software's curated topics list. What's interesting is that Weave has tons of customization options. Of course, font size and style can be changed, but you can also customize your reading theme colors according to the time and your mood. For example, you can try the night reading theme when you're up late reading the latest news. Weave also reads out the article to you in the voice you want to hear.
HMRC faces court challenge over Goldman Sachs tax deal.
Even sharing is just a click away. You can share your favorite articles via Instapaper, email, SMS, and social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Free on Windows 8, the Weave newsreader is definitely for keeps.
Hats off, and we doff our hat Mr. Paul Miller, who's a technology journalist with The Verge in US. And he literally went off the World Wide Web for 365 days.
So no emails, nothing.
Nothing to do with the internet, okay? Exchanging photographs meant taking a print and physically exchanging it with people.
And he wrote snail mail.
Yes.
Wow.
And he survived to tell the tale. So here's the challenge. If you think you can live without internet for a month or a couple of months, write to us, facebook.com. Yeah, the last thing you'll do is write to us on facebook.com/switchfeed or twitter.com/switchfeed and tell us if you can take up the challenge. We'll put you on TV.
Okay, that's a challenge that I am not going to take at all. It's time for a break. After that, we're going to tell you how never to run out of battery. Hello, we are watching Switch with me, Naomi Datta and Ankit Vengurlekar, and there's some good news for all of you on iPhone and iPad. Google Now is now available on iOS, and that is surprising. That is really surprising. I remember you tweeting about it.
Yep.
That, you know, how has Apple allowed this? Because this is in complete conflict with their philosophy of not having apps which are in direct competition
With their core apps.
So this would be Google Now and Siri.
Google's taking over the world, and this is just a clear example how that's happening. In other news, Google Glasses have been reaching people far and wide. We're going to try and get our hands, some developers in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai have got their hands on it, or eyes on it, as they say, and we're going to get you a hands-on preview in weeks to come.
I'm looking forward to that. Right now, we have to move into our next section. We're going to tell you how never to run out of battery, and like I said, that's a problem that Ankit never has, and I'm not talking about his phone.
I have to charge my phone, I think, every 3 hours.
Battery backup is very low.
Every day I have to charge.
Charging it every 3-4 hours is a major pain.
Battery dies very fast.
I'm always keeping my charger with me.
I have to carry a portable charger.
That's the reason why I carry a spare phone.
You get really irritated and all.
I feel like throwing my phone away.
If your dying phone battery is always a problem, then stick around for the next few minutes. We'll tell you something about crisis management.
First and foremost, you need to be aware of your phone's battery usage. Tap on Battery in your phone settings and get a lowdown on your phone's battery usage pattern.
Things like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or even location services for that matter. If you're not using them, switch them off.
If not required, keep your phone's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and GPS off, as they cause considerable battery drain. Set your settings for push emails and notifications to manual. Email accounts and apps that you do not use regularly need not keep chatting with the network unnecessarily. In a desperate situation, you can also turn off your phone's data packet.
Just a few changes to your screen settings may also help. For starters, dim that bright screen a little. And the animated wallpaper, such a battery guzzler, can totally go.
Powering up the screen of a usual touchscreen smartphone requires a considerable chunk of the battery. Turn auto brightness on, but at the same time drag the brightness slider down as low as you can. You can also disable live home screen widgets, which you don't need. Also make sure that your phone locks itself, which in turn turns off the screen. The less time it's idle with the screen on, the better.
Now, Apple may not agree with this, but manually closing your apps may also help in saving a little bit of your dying battery.
Many users will agree that certain apps when open in the tray draw power. So tap on your home button and shut them all.
Now coming to the battery itself, did you know that even your charging pattern can affect your battery's performance?
Regular charging patterns are good for phone batteries, but repeatedly charging your phone when it has half power actually lowers its capacity. Also, some downtime will allow your phone to cool down, while turning on the phone anew will refocus its coordinates.
Last but not the least, every phone has a power saving mode. So in times critical, use this and get yourself those extra minutes.
You know, the best way to ensure that you never run out of battery is to get yourself a car charger. But the minor detail there, Ankit, is first you have to get a car. But that's okay. So buy a car and then buy a charger.
Or like me, you can just get a portable battery charger. This is the Potronics portable battery juice pack or whatever you want to call it costs as little as 900 rupees, goes up to 2-3 grand. And the good part is for iPhones, for Galaxy S3s, all your flagship devices, there are separate juice packs which basically sit or get attached to your phone like a case and packs in enough juice to recharge your device a couple of times.
So now we've ensured that you don't run out of battery life. Keep those batteries charged till next week. Do remember to keep switched on. And of course, you can follow us on @SwitchFeed on Twitter. You can like our Facebook page, and we're also available on YouTube.
Absolutely. Just go look up youtube.com/CNBC-TV18 or head over to moneycontrol.com to watch the entire episode. And let me remind you, if you have access to 3G bandwidth, high-speed broadband, and you choose not to use any of it for a month, for a couple of months, for a quarter, for a year, write to us on Facebook and we'll put you on TV.
Write to us and send us snail mail. It'll only be relevant that they send it to us via snail mail.
Totally.
You know? I mean, imagine getting an email saying, oh, we are off technology. Doesn't work. Okay, then till next week, then remember to stay switched on.
Adios, amigos.